Hey team, how's it going? It's your boy Leviticus shouting out from the dungeons of Columbia Heights. Hey, good to be with you guys today, and just want to quickly touch base and leave you guys with some encouraging thoughts this morning. We were praying, and I was praying for you guys. I was praying for the youth ministry and just kind of this event that we have coming up, and I'm obviously so excited about what God's going to do, praying that He's going to be there and just radically move in students' lives. And because we don't want this event to be done just so students can have a good time, because if we are simply doing that just so they can have a good time, we are nothing more than glorified event coordinators. But we do it so that students can take that one step closer to Jesus, and we want to believe that this weekend that intentional step they're going to be taking forward is a deeper understanding of the spiritual realm that's going on around in the spiritual battle that God is fighting on their behalf. And because God is fighting on their behalf and they can't always see it, Paul writes in Ephesians 6:10 through 18 that in order for us to stand against the attacks of the enemy, which is interesting that he keeps using the word stand. It pops up 4 times just in those 8 verses, really before they get into the armor, saying that now stand, or if you want to withstand the attacks of the enemy, stand therefore and put the armor of God on. So there's this idea that without the armor of God, that we will not be able to stand. And so for our event this weekend, we've themed it with the phrase "the stand," and so we ordered shirts today, and it's going to be awesome. So we would just want to drive home those spiritual principles for these students, just so they walk away with a deeper knowledge, a deeper understanding, and maybe some insight and wisdom as to what spiritual warfare is. And we would hope that takes them into a deeper level of intimacy with their Lord and Savior. And so let's believe that lives are going to be changed. And with that, I want to leave you guys with a challenge. My very first message that I spoke as the new youth pastor after we had transitioned is one thing that I promised the students that Alyssa and I and you guys as the leadership team would never do, is we would never ask the students to do anything we are not willing to do ourselves. And so what I mean by that, as far as this week is concerned, one of the pieces of armor is prayer. And I think we become hypocritical if we ask students to pray daily, and if that's a goal, we want students to pray daily. We believe that should be a building block in their spiritual life. Let's not ask them to do that if we're not doing that ourselves. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm going to be the first one to admit that I don't always spend time praying every single day. I do believe that is a spiritual block in my life personally that I know I need to break through. I need God's grace to, even when I don't feel like I want to, even when I feel like it's so mundane or don't have the words to say, that the Spirit will pray on my behalf. And so this is what I want to challenge us with as the leadership team this week. I want to challenge you guys to spend at least 20 minutes every day praying up until boot camp, and praying that God would show up in a radical way, that He would use the speakers, our guest speakers, to really pour into these students. That I think it's so important that students hear from different voices, and because all it's going to do is reinforce the stuff that we're already talking about. And so just be praying for those speakers. Pray for the event as a whole. This is our first time doing this, and we've set some pretty big expectations with the students, and I think that's good because those expectations push us. They raise the bar on our level and create a level of accountability for us to really perform and follow through. And I think that's a pressure, but that's a good pressure for us. And so I'm going to be praying for you guys this week. And so pray for our students. Pray that this is going to be an amazing event. And so I just want to challenge you with that this week. And then before we sign off, just remember that we have our meeting tomorrow at Pastor Kent and Pam's house, Tuesday at 6:30. And dinner will be provided. And so we'll have our leadership team there and everyone else is involved who can be there with boot camp. And just be prepared to go over your own stuff. and be able to share. So Kirsten will be doing activities. Bev and Alyssa will be talking about how we're going to do food and so on and so on and so on. So love you guys. We're going a little bit over. Sorry about that. Love you much. See you tomorrow night. Peace!